What is going on, everybody? And in this video, we'll be taking a look at the car that I think everybody has been waiting for, the Mclaren 720s Spider. I mean, just look how beautiful this thing is. I'm so happy to see it in the crew, too. I really wonder what they're going to add next, honestly. Really happy to see this car in the game, though. Let's check out the headlights real fast here. There's the door over there opening up, so I hit the wrong one. Let's open this door as well. So there's the headlights there. Let's go check out this interior. I love how the 720s is. Now, I highly doubt, I hate to say it, that the interior will be able to change like the one in real life. I'm actually going to go in here and sit down. Can I do that? I'll bet. So there's the middle interior there. Let's start the engine. Ooh, listen to that. So I have a feeling you probably can't change the actual piece here on the dash there, because in the real one you can actually bring it down, so it's like a little strip there, which you can kind of see a little bit. I doubt you can actually do that on this one, but nonetheless though, this thing does sound pretty awesome. Woo! Alright, let's exit the vehicle here and go check out the back side of it. Ooh, this car is just, so beautiful. So here is the back taillights there, look pretty awesome. I love the detail of the 720s. Let me know your guys' thoughts on the 720s in the comments below, by the way, because I know this car has pretty much been, well, everywhere. It leaked recently, and everyone's been really waiting for this thing to be in the game. Now that it is here, I'm really interested to see how it's going to actually do. So let's go press it right now and buy this thing. So if you want to buy it, it's going to cost you $1,343,000. So let's do that now. Here are the actual colors you can throw on there. So we have the orange there. We have the yellow, looks like a kind of like a maroon red, kind of dark red kind of color. That's a pretty nice yellow. I've actually seen some of these colors in real life, and I have to admit, this car is just beautiful. I know a lot of people like this and the Lamborghini, kind of like rivals almost, but nonetheless though, thing looks absolutely amazing. So for me, I'm going to have to leave the blue on there because I love how blue looks on vehicles. I just love like bright colors like that. So let's press that now and let's check out the rims here. So there's going to be 5 you can put on this thing, and I will go into customization as well right after this. See what we can actually do to the vehicle. So here are the rims right there. So those are like a darker kind of color. Almost those actually look pretty nice on there. Then the darker colored of the other rims I believe that were shown before. And here are the last rims you can put on there. So for me, I'm going to have to go with the darker colored rims here, number 3. So let's buy this thing right now. Now let's jump right into the customization of the new 720s Spider here. So I'm going to jump right into the visual parts here because I want to see what can be done to this. So there is hoods that can go on the vehicle, so you can make the whole thing carbon. And then that one actually changes it a bit there as well. Personally, I don't really like that one too much, and I like how the carbon fiber looks around the vents on this hood. So I'm going to leave this one on there. Moving over to the front bumpers here. So if I had to guess, a lot of carbon fiber will be able to be on this vehicle for that matter, which I do like. Definitely dress this thing up a good amount here. So let's check this out. So blue there changes to basically the primary color. It goes full carbon on the sides there, and then on the lip, ooh, that looks really good. I'm going to probably end up going with something like that with all the carbon fiber. It looks really good on there. Then moving over, so this bumper is actually different completely. I'm not really digging that one too much, but it doesn't look bad. I just don't really like how that one really looks. I'm going to go with number 7 here. Moving over to the front fenders. Oh no, I hope this thing doesn't get widened out. I have a feeling it might. So make the side of it carbon fiber there, which actually looks pretty nice though, I'm not going to lie. And then you put vents on the side as well. And then finally that one just basically with the vents on the top there, and then the 720s will stay blue. I gotta admit though, the vents on there look pretty dang nice. Even with the vents there looking pretty dang nice, kind of reminds me of the Vorsteiner build I saw online, and I don't know if I'm gonna add that to it though. I'm gonna end up leaving the regular one on there just because I like how the car looks stock. So let's move over to the rims here, which obviously these are gonna be the ones that I just showed you guys, and then all the Ubisoft rims can also go on the vehicle, which I doubt anybody's going to put those on there. Moving over to the caliper color. Now, this pretty much depends on what you guys like. For me, I'm probably just going to make this one yellow because the car is blue. So, you know, bring it out really nicely there. I really like that. Moving over to the side mirrors here. So, they're currently carbon fiber. And those will I actually went backwards on that. So, carbon fiber there, and then the blue painted there. Then you can have the whole mirror painted, or you can have the opposite of basically the other one, which I really do like how the stock mirrors look on there with the actual carbon fiber on the mirrors. Let's leave that there. Moving over to the skirts, let's see if we could do this. So this actually gets a skirt on the bottom there. Then we'll also have the painted one, and then the painted skirt there as well with the little lip piece on the back. See, I'm not really sure if I want to add that to it, although that does look pretty dang nice on the car, I'm not going to lie. But I'm personally going to leave that off for now, although I may end up adding that later on because that does look pretty dope on there. Obviously like a Navatech or like a Vorsteiner kit. And then moving over to the rear fenders, let's see what we could do to these. So you can make the whole back piece carbon fiber there, which actually looks pretty dang nice. And then we're going to have, that's going to give you like an actual roof on the car, which is pretty cool. I'm not going to lie, I actually kind of like how that looks, although I really do like the convertible as well. But if you guys wanted to, you can add a roof to the vehicle, which is pretty dang cool. I do like that feature, so it is obviously a spider. But the fact that you can actually add the roof to it is awesome to see. So if you guys don't like how it looks in a convertible, you can always add the actual roof to it. Then moving over to the rear wings here, I'm interested in these because I hope one of these will look pretty awesome. Oh, that looks, yeah, no. So I'm not really digging the wings too much. I don't really like how that looks on there. You can make the whole back piece carbon fiber, but personally I'm going to leave it stock. So I think the car looks great as is. Let's move over to the rear bumpers here. Let's see what actually changes on these. So you make the, obviously the lights completely smoked out there. Actually looks pretty cool. Then you, looks like you smoke out the lights still, and then you add that little bottom splitter piece will be blue now. And then the exhaust look titanium as well in there, which I have to admit look pretty cool. The exhausts actually go darker on that one as well with the lights changing. Actually, that one just changes the exhaust. This one changes the lights actually, and then moving over, that one makes it, oh, quad exhaust. Okay, I see you. Not sure if I'm really digging that too much, but look pretty cool. And that one actually changes the rear bumper completely as well compared to the one here. So you guys will see the difference with those right there. Personally, I'm going to have to go with probably number 5 on there with the darker exhaust. Look pretty awesome. Let's add that to it. And then obviously the interior color here, which I really don't know if I can actually touch the interior on this vehicle. Let's change it though if you guys actually see. So you can actually make it yellow there. So if you guys did want to change the interior, look pretty awesome. That would actually match my brake caliper. So I think I'm going to go with yellow on there. So let's go with that. You can also change the interior as well and make it more fancy. Let's do that. And then the actual insert here. So you have it probably carbon, and then the other one will probably be like the nice, like almost like a finished color. I'm going to go with carbon fiber for me. I think that looks pretty awesome. Although that kind of bright chrome color looks pretty nice on there. So I'm just going to leave that actually just like that. So there is my 720S Spider, guys. I got to admit, it looks pretty amazing if I do say so myself. Let me know your guys' thoughts. What did you guys do to your car and all that? Are you guys excited to see this thing in the game? I had to mention that again because I know everyone's been waiting for this thing to be added. My goodness, does it look really good. Let's go do a top speed run. I want to take this thing into a race to see how it drives, and will this thing be able to compete with other hypercars. So for the top speed run on this car, I decided to spawn over here at a highway pretty much in the middle of nowhere. It's actually where I did test the Porsche 911 GT 993 as well. So I want to test this car over here as well because it's a pretty nice atmosphere, and this area is just, well, beautiful. There's trees everywhere, foresty, nice highway to test this thing on. But anyway, this 720 is absolutely beautiful. I am so glad to see this thing in the game with the nice darker rims on there with the lovely blue and the yellow. Oh man, what a beautiful spec I got here. Let me know your guys' thoughts. What did you guys do with this car as well? What color combo are you guys running? Let me know in the comments below. But let's take a look at this interior as well. I know a lot of people are wondering if the dash will change. Unless there's a button I'm missing here, I don't see a way to do it because in the regular 720S in real life, you can actually have the little top strip there, you know, come down. You'll just see that with the RPM reader and all. It looks pretty awesome, but here's the interior nonetheless. I really do love the detail of this thing. This thing is just beautiful. Anyway, let's go do a speed run right now. I'm dying to see how this thing actually drives. So, sounds amazing as well. Right when you guys start accelerating, the wing will come up on the back as well. It looks really good. Let's keep accelerating here. So I gotta admit though, it does sound amazing. I really do like the sound. Let's hit the nitrous here and accelerate into 7th gear, which I'm guessing. So there's gonna be a 7 speed there, which is what I was kind of guessing. Sometimes the cars might change a little bit, but luckily they don't really do that as much in this game. I know in the Crew 2 they did, and Need for Speed. But so here's the actual top speed run right now on this lovely highway here. Nice little place to test cars out if you guys are wondering. So 296 miles an hour, which is pretty crazy. I'm kind of expecting to go a little bit faster than that, but nonetheless though, you pretty much be able to get to the highest speed you can on a lot of the highways anyway. I know the Jaguar New Lunar Edition, that thing is insanely fast as well. Stay tuned for that video to come out tomorrow, by the way. That car has a crazy high top speed. So I gotta admit, 296 miles an hour, many people will be like, man, that's it. But I gotta admit one thing, guys, it's really about the handling and all that and the driving ability of the car, because 296, this thing can still get really high times and summits and stuff like that with how the handling is gonna be. From driving a little bit, I gotta admit the stability seems really good, and looking forward to seeing what I'm gonna do with this thing in races and all that. I might even try it out in some summits coming up, so I might actually compete in those compared to like the Bugatti and all that, but I don't think the 296 miles an hour really affect this thing too much. Anyway, let's jump into a race right now. So the hyper race I decided to do in the 720S is going to be the road to New Orleans. Now the main reason why is this race kind of has like a nice little area. You go fast, you can also do a ton of turns and stuff like that. I think it's a good way to test this car out. So I have to admit one thing though, the 720S is definitely beautiful. I mean, look at all these cars completely blocking me right now. Like, what is this? Excuse me, everybody. So I gotta admit one thing though, I love the 720S in real life, and I really am super happy to see this car in the game for that matter. and I can't wait to see how it actually drives. Now, I know many people are probably a little disappointed in the top speed of the car being 296. Personally, I don't really think that will affect the car too much, mainly because it also depends on the handling ability of the vehicle. And the reason why I say that is that even if the car's top speed isn't that good, sometimes the handling will make up for it in a lot of other ways. We definitely see that with other vehicles like the Ariel Atom in the street class, for example, or the KTM Expo in the Alpha GP class is a good example as well. Sometimes handling is a little better than a high top speed, and I think the really high top speed like that, like some of the other hypercars can hit like 300, 310. I'll be doing a video on the Jaguar that was in the Summit compared to the other one as well tomorrow. I do a little top speed run on both of them, and I do a race with the Lunar Edition. I gotta admit, the top speed on that thing is pretty crazy compared to this car. You guys stay tuned for that one tomorrow. And I do think, though, top speed really isn't everything on these, mainly because like if you guys aren't doing like the long hyper races or something like that, I really don't think you have to worry too much. Like a lot of hyper races that are normally in the Summit are mixed races that are like street car races or other races like that, and I think these cars will do great in those. Having good handling and go around a turn like that and won't lose its pretty much the entire car into a turn is pretty dang important. Like some of those cars are fast, but they also don't turn the greatest, so they have bad stability in some areas, which I've been noticing when driving these a little bit more. And I think that's something to look for as well when testing these cars out. I'm happy to see the 720s available to everybody as well. It's not like a special Summit vehicle, which I wouldn't doubt if they do add that later on. I don't know what I just did right there. If they do add that later on as like a crazy Summit car or something, that'd be pretty cool. Nonetheless, though, I gotta admit, though, the stability of the 720 seems pretty dang top tier from what I can see. I mean, this car doesn't lose itself at all. I know going over like uneven ground or hills or like bumps in the road, turning over them can sometimes be a death sentence depending on the car you're driving, and I think this car is the same way. I notice a lot of the hypercars are like that. Probably a way to nerf them, because a lot of them are obviously pretty insane to begin with. So let's do a little top speed run over here. Probably max the car on a different highway to show you guys the top speed is 296 there. I'm also all the way here in the Everglade area, but like the swamp area by coming up to New Orleans over here. And well, the speed over here is also 296 compared to the highway all the way past Vegas up there, and the top is also 296. So I would say that's pretty much the top speed of this vehicle. I know some people will be like, well, if you slipstream, you might be able to go a little faster. I noticed, though, depending on the car's top speed, slipstreaming really doesn't mean too much when it comes to that. Ooh, this is a pretty sharp turn. Testing out the brakes there, went around that nicely, immediately flying out of the turn there. So the car's got great power. It can corner very, very nicely. I am really loving this thing so far. You might have to take it out in some actual like hyper races, see what it can do in those, and just test it out a little bit, as I almost completely missed that checkpoint. Nonetheless, though, guys, I feel like this car is definitely worth a look. I know a lot of people are probably a fan of the 720s in real life. They're happy to see the car in the game. You can also put the roof on the car as well if you're not into the convertible style there, which is pretty awesome. You know, I was kind of surprised if they didn't have the roof for it, making it a Spider. Nonetheless, though, I gotta admit, for $1.3 million, this is definitely a great look. Obviously, I know many people are going to probably be trying to buy the Bugattis and all that when starting out on here, but this car is definitely worth a look if you guys are trying to solo races and all that and doing stuff in the summits. I might end up testing this car out in some races to see what it can do in the future. So if you guys do not see the Bugatti Divo in some races in the future in the summits, I'll probably be using this car to test this thing out to see what it can do compared to that. Because the turning ability on this car is insanely good. It kind of reminds me a lot of the Ariel Atom compared to the Superleggera. They seem insanely similar in that aspect because this thing can turn very well, but the highest top speed isn't all there, kind of like the Superleggera and the Ariel Atom. It's kind of crazy how that works when they had vehicles like that. But nonetheless, though, the 720s is definitely a great vehicle in the hyperclass. This might definitely be top tier. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you guys think about this car so far? And I'll be showing you guys my settings right now.